Let us begin. Let's start. Man, my dreams have been really crazy lately. Let me not say crazy. They've been very prophetic and very visual. And I feel as though at the same time, although I've been dreaming a lot, I haven't really been sleeping. So I've been kind of like closing my eyes and stepping into another dimension where I'm doing a lot of physical work. And with everything going on right now, sorry, I just stepped into a spider web. With everything going on right now, it makes a lot of sense because we as spiritual warriors are having to awaken our gifts, and the astral realms and our ancestors in the spiritual realm is having to work overtime in order to help us elevate and achieve what it is that we need to be doing in the spiritual world, but not only in the spiritual world, but also in the physical world. That may or may not make any sense, but essentially some of us are here to fight this battle that is going on energetically at the moment. I think a lot of people can feel it, a lot of people can sense it, which is why we are having these prophetic dreams at this point in time. Or maybe you're not sleeping at all, or maybe you're sleeping way too much, or you're sleeping a lot because you're constantly fatigued and tired from all of the work that you're doing in the spiritual realm. But I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I was talking to a friend yesterday for a couple of hours just about all the crazy things that have been going on, both personally and collectively. We're being asked to eliminate a lot of things that are getting in the way of us fulfilling our spiritual gifts and our spiritual powers. Things such as vices or people. I talk about this a lot. Removing things from our energetic field that may be getting in the way of our ascension process. So that's what's been going on lately, and you're going to start to notice that a lot of your spiritual gifts are starting to come online. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, being able to foretell the future. A lot of psychic abilities are starting to come to the surface for a lot of people, and you may have already had hints of it in the last couple of months or years even, especially if you've been on this journey for some time. As a spiritual being, you probably started on this path because of a gift that came to you, and you weren't sure what it was, and so you went on this quest to figure it out. But now I'm here to tell you that a lot of people are starting to experience this, and it's only going to increase, it's only going to heighten in the next couple of weeks especially. So I recommend that if you are having any sort of crazy dreams, or if you're getting any sort of premonitions, or if you're starting to hear things, see things, feel things, and you know what it is, write it down. I encourage you to start writing it down, to start channeling your guides, your ancestors. Oh shit. And really just pay attention to what's going on, because it's all happening for a reason. You start getting random scratches on your body, or if you start meeting the same type of people, there's a lot of signs out there. The animals start coming closer to you. They're protecting you. Your body can't process or receive certain things anymore, so you might develop allergic reactions. There's just so many things that are taking place right now that in the physical may look very confusing or may not make a whole lot of sense. But I encourage you to document this, because eventually everything will align for you to see why things had to happen the way that they're happening right now. I also encourage you to stay off of social media if you can, and if you are on there for whatever reason, make sure that you curate your algorithm to only feed you what is necessary at this time, because the warfare that's taking place on platforms such as social media, is quite intense, and they are stepping up their game big time. So if you are on these platforms, if you are on social media, if you're consuming any sort of content, anything, make sure that it's feeding you light, love, peace, vitality, all that good stuff, right? Yeah, I've been talking about this great split with a lot of friends lately. As I mentioned, you'll start to meet a lot of the same people, and luckily in my case, I'm meeting a lot of people who are aware of this great split that's happening. I had a dream about this many years ago. I would say the first dream happened, like a lot of people, happened for me back in 2012, and then more recently, I want to say in about 2020, I had a dream that I will never forget, and I was actually in it. Basically, I was in a city where there was a lot of smoke, there was a lot of darkness, it was red, everything cloudy, and the ground was literally cracking down the middle. And some people were driving into the cracks and running into the crack and jumping into it. Meanwhile, others were running away from it. And then you had another group of people that was basically like, hey, like, I can take you to a safer place, like, let me help you. And these were the people that were aware of the split that was taking place. And they weren't necessarily afraid of it, but they were using their powers to help guide people through it, right? So there was that. But the people that were jumping into the cracks were the people who didn't want to go with the new way of doing things. They wanted to keep things as they were, and they were the ones who literally got left behind. And I'm sure you've heard the story so many times. It's 91 degrees outside, so yeah, bear with me. But I'm sure you've heard this story so many times, whether it be from a religious context or a spiritual context, or just from a folklore, fairy tale context, or from a folklore context. But although these stories may seem quite grim, what's actually happening is not on the physical level. It's psychological, it's spiritual, it's all the unseen things. And so we have to work with the unseen forces to fight the battle, to make it through this shift that's taking place. And as I mentioned in my dream, there was that third group of people who recognized what was taking place. They saw both sides, the opposing sides, and instead of giving in to the fear or wanting to hold on to the old way, the old earth, they are choosing to guide those who are open enough to joining what is to come. And we see this already, like, so many systems are falling apart, so many things are falling apart, and at least that's what we're seeing in the physical. But what we're not realizing is that these things need to be rearranged in order to meet a certain energetic vibration, in order to match the frequency of where we're going. Cosmic realignment, that's what's taking place. And as cosmic beings, it's a lot, but we're getting through the thick of it. And as I mentioned, just keep documenting, keep sharing your experience, your journey, everything that's happening to you, like, it's happening to someone else too. So the more we share and the more we give these messages out and we tell people what's going on, we relate with them as well, we'll start to see that we're not alone in this. And I made a video yesterday, I think, in my journal entry. I mentioned that the more we build community and the more we come together, the more we will realize that we're all one, and that what's happening to me is not an isolated event. And there's more power in union, there's more power in community and sharing our experiences. And so that's what this is all about. So these last few weeks have been really, really eventful for me. I've been doing a lot of work, both in the physical and the spiritual, and it's been quite taxing energetically, but I'm so grateful for all of it, and I'm grateful for what is to come. And I want to start sharing more of these experiences here on my channel for whoever may be watching. Just, hopefully sharing with anyone the fact that we have to continue living out our purpose. We have to continue on our mission, regardless of everything that's going on, regardless of what their propaganda they're feeding towards you. We must keep it moving, keep the show going, and unite in doing so. And that's what it's all about. Sharing the light, the positivity, and so as I mentioned, I will be doing more of that here on my channel, using this platform as a way to spread light and positivity and optimism, and helping others actualize and realize their own gifts and realize that they're not alone. You are not alone. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing your experience, and watch as we start to outnumber those who are in fear, and we start to help them realize that there's nothing to be afraid of, really. There really is not. That might be a biased take, might be a hot take, but I challenge you to challenge me in the comments if you disagree, if you think otherwise. Let's talk about it, But it's such a beautiful day, so I'm going to continue my walk and probably end the day with creating some of these beautiful experiences that I would like to share with others. I have so much to share. So I'll get started on that, and until next time, I'll see you guys.